Retirement. Whether it's coming from you reaching the Social Security age requirements, using your company's pension, or using the money you've worked to attain over the course of your adult life, it's something most people look to achieve. And with money being the most important factor on how your retirement will go, it's important to know ways of maximizing the most money you can get when you retire. Which brings me to the topics of this video: 401k and Roth IRA accounts. What are they? How can you get them? How do you use them? And how effective are they leading to and during your retirement? Let's find out. Let's start with 401ks first. Originating in 1978 with the passage of the Revenue Act of 1978, a 401k is an employer-sponsored, tax-advantaged retirement savings plan that allows workers to invest a portion of their paycheck directly into financial markets. Most companies offer a 401k, and typically it's only for full-time employees. Think of it as you taking a set amount of the money that you make for a living and putting it towards a vacation or your kid's college tuition. But in this case, you're investing in your retirement. This applies to the Roth IRA example also. Plus, depending on what company you work for, most match the contributions that you make for your 401k, at least up to a certain percentage. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say you sign up for a 401k with your company during open enrollment, and you see that your employer matches up to a specific percentage. This means that whatever percentage you choose to do, your employer will invest that same amount. This is why most advisors would recommend that you at least contribute the number that your employer matches, because it's viewed as free money. So, where does this money come from on your paycheck? A 401k pulls money from the pre-tax portion of your paycheck. This is where things like health insurance, dental, and vision insurance are located also. Pre-tax items are called as such because they come from your paycheck before any taxes are taken out. So, let's say you have a $3,000 paycheck before things like state and federal taxes touch it, and you are doing a 5% employer matched 401k. You would figure out what 5% of $3,000 is, and that amount will show up on your paycheck in the pre-tax section. So since 5% of $3,000 is $150, on whatever brokerage account your employer uses, $300 will be shown as invested. It's $300 because your employer matched what you contributed. So 150 times 2. Now I hope my explanation is not too complicated for you. Quick side note though, other 401k matches exist, but this example is a dollar for dollar 401k match, which means the employer matches 100% of what you contribute up to a limit. So do your research if you do sign up for one. Next, there are limits on how much you can contribute to this account. Here's a chart showing how much you can do by age. Lastly, if you're wondering what the purpose is for the 401k functioning how it does, I'll address that later in the video. Implemented in 1998 under the Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997, a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account that lets you save and invest for retirement with after-tax dollars. So, unlike a 401k, a Roth IRA isn't sponsored by your employer, which means there isn't a matching contribution like in the last example. Also, you can open this account on your own using brokerage accounts like Fidelity or Charles Schwab. Quick note, there are some companies that offer a payroll deduction IRA. This deducts directly from your paycheck, just like the 401k. But these aren't very common. If you do have one of these, it'll show up on the post-tax section of your paycheck. So let's move on. Now, like I explained in the 401k section, that money comes from your pre-tax dollars. A Roth IRA is deposited using your after-tax dollars. Let me explain. On your paycheck, your net pay, or all of the money you have after everything is taken out, is your post-tax dollars, meaning also that all of the money that is in your checking and savings account are post-tax dollars. That is the case because you've already earned that money from your job and pay taxes on it. There are limits on how much you can contribute into these accounts also, but they are a lot lower than what 401k accounts allow, like shown in the chart earlier. Here's that chart again in case you missed it. Now next, we'll go over the way these two accounts invest. Both 401ks and Roth IRAs invest into the stock market. That's why if you know somebody with one, you might have seen them be a bit upset when the market has went down or crashed in the past. The stocks in their accounts might directly correlate with why the market has fallen. Now, how do these accounts invest? A 401k invests in a selection of funds chosen by your employer. Usually, this involves mutual funds, target date funds, and index funds. Just to define these terms briefly, mutual funds are an investment tool where many people put their money together to buy a large group of assets like stocks, bonds, or cash. Index funds are a type of mutual fund or exchange traded fund that aims to mimic the performance of a certain index. An example is like SPY, which tracks the S&P 500. Lastly, a target date fund is an all-in-one investment portfolio that automatically shifts its mix of assets over time to become safer as you approach a specific future goal like retirement. These topics alone can prompt another video by themselves, but just know that these aren't managed by yourself, and some of these funds can include bonds and short-term cash equivalents. Now, there is something called a self-directed 401k that is offered by some companies, which will allow you to choose what to or what not to invest in yourself. But stats show that most people just go with whatever their company chooses. So, how do you invest with a Roth IRA? Unless you hire a financial advisor, it's all you doing the picking. Your choices range from individual stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds to bonds, certificates of deposit, and money market funds. So essentially the same as 401ks, but you're doing the picking. Now, I know what you're wondering. Why would I choose one over the other? What really separates the two? Let's get into the main reason why someone would choose one over the other, or sometimes both at once. The main reason people choose 401k accounts to invest with is the tax advantage it provides. The pre-tax amount that is taken out of your paycheck helps lower your taxable income by the time tax season comes around. The amount that this helps you out with on taxes can be the difference between you being in a higher tax bracket or a lower one. Don't forget that depending on what fund you choose to go with, your investment account will grow alongside you on your journey to retirement. Now, the drawbacks, if you view it that way, to a 401k retirement account are the taxes you pay when you reach retirement age. So here are the retirement age requirements and penalties for withdrawals. When you start to withdraw your funds, you will have to pay income taxes on it. It is taxed as ordinary income, meaning it is taxed at the rate just like you were still working. When you reach retirement age, you can set up recurring withdrawals, just so you don't have to pay the massive tax if you pulled everything all out at once. Now, an important tip for the people that are receiving Social Security, have part-time jobs, or are receiving pensions, those incomes are stacked on top of your 401k income. So be careful not to withdraw too much that it'll put you into a top tax bracket, like 37%. The flip side to paying taxes when you're retired is paying those taxes up front before you retire. And that's where a Roth IRA shines. We've established that Roth IRA funds have already been taxed. So that means when you reach the tax-free withdrawal age of 59 and a half, you get all of your money in full, which I'm sure is a very good feeling. Something you should keep in mind is that there is no mandatory withdrawal age like in a 401k plan. Lastly, something pretty cool about these accounts is this. If you choose to do a self-directed 401k or a Roth IRA and pick stocks that pay dividends, the 401k dividends are tax deferred, which means pay it at a later date, and the Roth dividends are tax-free. So just imagine if you have an individual stock market portfolio and you have stocks that pay dividends, you can get the growth and the compound effect that you would regularly get without paying the annual taxes on them. Well, at least not right away if it's in your 401k. This strategy works amazingly for a Roth IRA, especially if you're a buy and hold investor like myself and many others. Now let's tackle the last one now. Stemming from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act in 2025 came the creation of the Trump account. This custodial account was created for minors. The child is the owner, but it is managed by a legal guardian and has similar traits as individual retirement accounts. Also, anyone can contribute to the account. Examples being family members, friends, employers, and organizations. Similarities include investing into low-cost stock index funds. They are tax deferred just like 401ks, and they have contribution limits, which is $5,000 per year. Certain companies will contribute up to $2,500 also, but that is part of the $5,000 cap. These accounts are able to be transferred over to the minor at the age of 18 and will automatically convert into a traditional IRA. The appeal for families with newborn babies is that if your child was born between 2025 and 2028, you are eligible for the U.S. Treasury to grant their account a one-time payment of $1,000. Not bad if you ask me. So if you had a newborn recently, I'd at least consider the free $1,000 that the government is giving you, especially if you were planning on creating a custodial account for your kids anyway. So what's the takeaway for all of these accounts? They all contribute to your retirement journey, with one allowing you to start as a minor, another helping you out on saving money when it's tax season, and the last one allowing you to collect your money at retirement completely tax-free. There's no wrong choice in my opinion, besides not choosing any. And if you want to view more videos related to putting your money in smart places, check these videos out. This is Chris, the Unremarkable Investor. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.